sun-kissed village, maps miss. But those who lived there were happy and kind, living simple lives and sharing what little they had. Among them lived a little girl named Lila, who had a heart full of wonder and eyes that shimmered like starlight. Lila was unlike any other child in the village. She didn't care much for dolls or sweets. Instead, she adored stories. She loved hearing tales of enchanted forests, moonlit castles, talking animals, and lost kingdoms. But most of all, she longed for magical magic. Each evening, after her chores were done, Lila would wander into the woods that bordered the village. Her mother often called her the little explorer because she always came home with pockets full of feathers, stones, and sometimes tales of strange trees or unusual birds. But one evening, everything changed. It began with a trail of glowing mushrooms. Lila had never seen them before. Even though she'd walked the forest path 100 times, they pulsed with a soft blue light, leading off the usual trail. She hesitated for only a second. Then curiosity tugged at her hand, and she followed. The mushrooms led her to a wall of thick ivy, unlike any she'd seen. It shimmered faintly in the dusk. Carefully, she pushed through and gasped. Before her was a hidden cave nestled into the hillside. The entrance was wide but low, shaped like an open mouth with glowing stones forming teeth around it. From within, a cool breeze drifted out, carrying the scent of wildflowers and something older, something like forgotten magic. And then she heard Ita's voice, soft as wind through leaves. Lila. She spun around. No one was there. Lila. It came again, this time from within the cave. Her heart pounded, but not with fear, with excitement. She took a step forward. The cave welcomed her. Inside, the world transformed. The walls sparkled with gems that pulsed with their own light. Tiny floating orbs glided through the air like bubbles made of stars. The floor was smooth, glowing faintly, and the ceiling stretched higher than she expected, covered in vines that grew upside down and dripped with dew. As she walked, the air grew warmer. Whispers danced in her ears, not scary ones, but comforting, like old lullabies. Then she entered the main chamber. It was enormous, so wide and tall that it felt like she had stepped outside again, under a night sky. In the center was a round pool, still as glass, glowing with silver light. Around it stood stone pillars etched with symbols she couldn't read. Suddenly, a light swirled before her. It gathered into a figure, an old man in robes of stardust and moonbeams, with a beard like drifting clouds. He carried a staff topped with a crystal that hummed softly. "Welcome, child," he said, his voice like thunder muffled by a dream. "I am Aurelian, keeper of the Cave of Dreams. Lila's voice was barely a whisper. "Is this real?" "As real as the kindness in your heart," he replied. "This cave chooses who may enter. It has waited for you." "Waited for me?" "Yes," he nodded. "Because you carry something special not in your hands, but in your soul. You believe in magic not for power or wishes, but because you love wonder itself." He pointed to the pool. "Look into the water." Lila stepped forward. The silver surface rippled, then cleared. She saw herself first helping a hurt sparrow with a splint made of twigs, then giving her last bread roll to a hungry traveler. She saw herself comforting her baby brother after a bad dream, and picking wildflowers for an old neighbor who had no family. "These are your dreams, your kindness, your truth," Aurelian said. "Because of this, the cave grants you a gift." Lila turned to him. "Anything?" He nodded, but only one wish. She thought about it. She could wish for a dragon, or to fly, or to visit a castle in the clouds. But then she remembered the faces of people in her village, sometimes tired, sometimes sad, quietly carrying burdens no one talked about. "I wish," she said slowly, "for everyone in my village to sleep peacefully at night and to dream of happy things, of love and laughter and hope." Aurelian's eyes sparkled. "Such a wish has not been made in 100 years. He raised his staff. The crystal glowed brightly. The pool shone with silver fire. The walls of the cave echoed with joyful music, as if 1,000 harps had begun to play. The floating orbs of light gathered around Lila, dancing faster and faster, until everything blurred into brightness. When the light faded, she stood alone again at the cave's mouth. The vines gently fell closed behind her. Lila walked home, feeling different, wiser, lighter. That night, her village slept more peacefully than ever before. Smiles curled on sleeping faces, and laughter filled the dreams of young and old alike. From then on, though Lila never found the cave again, she never stopped believing. Star chamber dreams, magic whispers,